Carolyn Dube here, and I'm sharing with you how I'm using the new book by Sue Pelletier called Collage Paint and Draw. Now this book, I have to admit, I ordered months ago in eager anticipation of it coming out because I love what Sue does and I love how she does it. It's fun, it's colorful, it's bright, and it's happy. Well, I was not disappointed. This book is loaded with all sorts of things, especially like that. I have to admit, I was super jazzed when I saw my stencil being used by Sue in here. Absolutely love what she did with it. And I will say that I'm not giving too much away here because that preview is on Amazon. And let me show you something else that's in here that inspired my play today. Here in Sue's birdcage drawing, she shows how she's using a pipette and black ink. And that's what I decided to play around with. Now, if you want to get a closer look at those two pages, head on over to Amazon because it's right there in the preview for you to take a nice long look at. Well, I'm going to play around with a pipette just like what Sue did in her birdcage drawing. And I've got this little plastic pipette, I've got some India ink here, and I imagine this would work with any kind of ink. I'm choosing India ink because it'll be permanent when it's dry and won't react to water. I'm going to keep this really simple for myself today, and I'm going to draw stars. Big stars, little stars, whatever I'm in the mood to do as I get the hang of drawing and writing with one of these pipettes. Now, the amount of ink that comes out is based on gravity and how hard I squeeze the top of that. And what's kind of funny is as I start to think about what I'm doing, I forget to squeeze and then I have to go back over some places. But you know what? That just adds to the scratchy, wonderful, loose feeling of it. Well, my original plan or thought was that I'd do a few of these to get a feel for playing around with the pipette. But as you can see, I can't quite seem to stop. So I'm just going to keep on making more and more of these. I'm going to start filling in every possible little area with the star, and I'm even going to start making some hang off the edges so it looks like there are stars that you can only see parts of. And then I'm going to let this completely dry. I needed it to be completely dry so that when I brought the white paint in to go around it, it didn't smear with the black lines. And all I'm doing is just painting very loosely around each and every star with this heavy-bodied white paint. Well, I hope you're enjoying this video. If you are, I would love it if you liked this video, gave it a thumbs up, shared it, and subscribed to my YouTube channel. Every time you do things like that, it helps feed the muse and gets me back in here creating more and more videos for you. If you'd like to find out more about Sue's book, you can find a link to it down below in the descriptions. And by the way, you might have noticed that some of the colors are bleeding up through the paints, and that's because the ink that was under there, which I wasn't sure before, but I am now, is dilution spray ink. So that's going to bleed up through anything, and it's going to absolutely make the background perfectly match the stars. Well, what am I going to do with this art journal background? Well, I'm not exactly sure yet. My muse hasn't told me, but I guarantee as soon as I know, I will be sharing it in my newsletter. Not a subscriber of my newsletter yet? Not a problem. Just head on over to my blog and there you can get signed up. And when you get signed up, I have a free downloadable video and PDF waiting for you. Thanks for being a part of this colorful journey.